All right, so I was coaching one of our members today, and right now she's on a phase where she's doing 10 to 12 repetitions per exercise during this phase of her programming. And she asked me, am I doing higher reps, these 8 to 10 to 12 repetitions, because it's better for fat loss? And it's something I wanted to address today. All right, so as a disclaimer, I'm going to address this question purely from a strength training focus. I'm gonna overlook probably the most important piece to all this, which is the nutrition aspect. You could follow the most impressive program ever written, but if you're not following the steps nutritionally, it's gonna severely limit your results. So if you're a beginner, higher reps with lighter weight is potentially going to be more effective in terms of fat loss than lower reps and higher weight. So if you've ever read an article that says something like this, you probably assumed, okay, higher reps is better for fat loss. I'm gonna maximize my time and spend most of my time in these higher rep ranges. And on paper, that sounds great, but in reality, things get a lot more complicated. So let's take, for example, someone is squatting 20 pounds for 12 repetitions. And they feel great afterwards. And the next day or the next workout they come in and they use 25 pounds. They increase their weight for, again, 12 repetitions. And they continue this trend, so on and so forth, until they get to, 35 pounds for 12 repetitions. And then they hit a wall, they hit a plateau. At a certain point, the law of diminishing returns kicks in and you can't continue to progress. So what do? Then? You have to do something else in order to spur adaptation. So maybe you lower the reps down, so you might do 40 pounds or 45 pounds, but for only 6 repetitions. And again, that feels great and you feel like you're making progress again, and then you continue that trend. So you go 50 pounds for 6 repetitions, you go 55 for 6 repetitions. And then again, at a certain point, you're going to hit a wall. And then you have 2 options there. You can either continue to lower the repetitions and increase the weight, so that'll be one way to spur progress again, or you can return back to that 8 to 10 to 12 repetition range. And so now you might be squatting 40 pounds for 12 repetitions, and you're able to continue this trend because of the time that you spent in those lower rep ranges, developing more and more strength. So the answer is never as black and white as people try to make it out to be. It all depends on the context of your situation. So if you're in a position where you've been focusing on high repetition training for a long period of time, and you're at that point where you're at a plateau and you don't have, you have diminishing results, the best thing for you for fat loss might be to go lower in your repetitions and higher in your weight. So be cautious of these broad, general blanket statements because everyone is so different. The biggest thing I could say on this front is always make sure that you prioritize your health over everything else. Prioritize it over the pursuit of fitness. So focus on your strength, focus on improving your form, focus on your flexibility, your stamina, eating better. And the funny thing is, once you focus on these qualities, the way you want to look always tends to take care of itself.
Wild leopard.